Hi, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is our 1982 custom coach camper.
So it's a bit older. We got it a couple years ago. We have a family of 5 and we absolutely love camping. Kind of love the retro charm of this thing, but yeah, definitely a lot of people think you need to spend a lot of money to enjoy camping, but if you just make a few upgrades.
1982 trailer is going to have a few problems. One of the biggest frustrations we have is we never know what our tank levels are. It's ruined a few of our family vacations. So we're going to install a SeeLeveL system today that's hopefully going to help us out with that and bring this trailer into the 21st century.
Okay, so this here is the box the unit came in. It is SeeLeveL gauges by Garnet. The model is the BTP7, and you'll see on the box here there's a QR code for installation instructions. Pretty simple. In here, we have the unit itself.
So it will monitor up to 7 tanks, although we're only going to be using it to monitor 3 of our tanks, our fresh, gray, and black. It's going to run our water pump as well as our propane. I'm just looking forward to everything to start to work here. This is our old systems monitor here that we're looking at replacing with the SeeLeveL system today. It doesn't work, so we don't know what our tank levels are, we don't know what our propane levels are, and because it doesn't work, we also can't run our water pump either. So I'll be taking this out, putting the SeeLeveL system in to see where we're at. So we've used our meter to trace these wires back to these old probe style monitors that we're looking to abandon today. We're able to confirm on the panel that this is the fresh tank. So this is the new sender here. And voila, that bad boy is ready to go. My tank depth is about 9 3/4 inches. As I mentioned before, the senders are adjustable. All I got to do is cut it to the appropriate height. It is self-calibrating. It's going to do everything it needs to do to talk to the panel inside. Depending on which tank I'm monitoring, I'm going to cut one of these tabs here. The freshwater, I don't need to cut one of those tabs, but the gray and the black, for example, I do. All you're going to do is cut that little tab off, and it opens the circuit inside the sender to let the panel know which tank is being monitored. Once I got it all cut, I can mount it to the side of the tank, but I do need to leave a little bit of room to the top and bottom, just because you can see there's this roll from the forming process of the tank. We don't want to install our sender on that, and keep it away from any metal surfaces I mentioned before. So after measuring the tank, we're going to cut the sender at 7 9 3/4 inch. It's going to be really important to cut the sender in between these 2 pads here, as the system is self-calibrating. That's why these lines are here. So just going to go ahead and do that now. You can easily do this with just a pair of scissors. All right, so after the sender's cut, I'm gonna go ahead and put some masking tape on it temporarily. This is just for a temporary mounting to the side of the tank while we test it to talk to the panel inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep these wires for butt connectors under the trailer, just by stripping off a little bit of the casing on it. Okay, now we're just going to place the sender on the side of the tank that we've prepped and get it wired in for install. I crawled under the trailer and temporarily installed the senders on the gray and black tanks for testing. The exact same as I did for the fresh tank. Okay, this is a wiring harness that comes with the unit itself. You see, it's an easy plug-in style. And I got just the stabbers here that I'm going to attach to run our pump. So we got everything plugged in. The display is working. I filled the trailer up with a little bit of water. As you can hear, the pump is kicked in. We're fresh is at 46% and dropping. I've been flushing the toilets and running the sinks. 10% gray, 30% in the black. Looks like everything's working just fine here. All right, now that we've wired everything in, we've tested it, we're sure it works. So we're gonna go ahead and permanently mount the senders on the tanks. I'm gonna show you the fresh water here because it's the easiest one to look at. I'm gonna start by removing one band of the temporary masking tape. Fold it back. This is a 3M product, so it's got a sticky back on it. I'm gonna remove that. Put it right back where it was. And it's very sticky. So that is not going anywhere. Lastly, I'm going to use this Gorilla Tape. It's a waterproof tape on the front side of the sensor now that I got it where I want it. I'll peel the back off. And put it right over top the sender. And look at that, all done. And I can get at it in the future if I ever have to. So you can see that I've given myself a little bit extra slack with these wires here. And I have wired in a 10 amp fuse for the 7 amp pump. The display will run up to a 10 amp pump as well. So this is just here to protect the switch in the display. I went through the same process to permanently install the gray and black senders. There were 2 wires from each tank from the display, but I pigtailed the gray and black tanks on one pair so that I could use as spare wires for my LPG sender. I also noticed that after testing the old system, an old probe monitor was leaking in my gray tank, and I'll have to fix that. A filler plate is available from Garnet Instruments, but the hole from the old system was so big I decided to build one out of wood. I've decided to rough wires in for a new horizontal propane tank and get rid of our old upright tanks. The propane sender will mount directly on the float level indicator, which comes out of the new tank and will be monitored by our new panel. All my tanks are registering perfectly, and the water pump is running again. Time to put this old grill to bed.
We've downloaded the SeeLeveL app on our phones. This will make it easy to monitor the levels from outside when we're filling or dumping the tanks. We can also set alarms for high or low tank levels. Our family loves this old trailer. Now that we've added some upgrades, we can enjoy it even more and make great family memories. We'll see you folks out on the road.